Good news tonight. A Forest Grove woman who had been quarantined in a hospital in Tokyo after testing positive for COVID-19 has been released from that hospital. Rebecca Frazier was one of hundreds of people who tested positive for the virus on the Diamond Princess cruise ship. Today we found out she finally tested negative and she has been reunited with her husband. We spoke with Rebecca tonight, and coming up at 11, hear how she managed to keep a positive attitude about this whole thing.
Such good news finally.
Seriously.
For that couple from our own backyard here. Okay, time for an early look at the forecast with Mark.
So Wayne, well, you were both here earlier. Do you see the rain sitting there off the North Oregon coast?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be coming in to us very
4
much.
o'clock it looked almost the same. Front is very slow to move in. In fact, well behind what our models were showing, which the good news, I guess, means it's totally dry west of the Cascades and the valleys. But it's been wet right along the North Oregon coast. It's pretty chilly air mass that has moved in with it too. Probably snow sticking down to about 1,500 feet or so. You see Long Beach Peninsula looking pretty wet. Same thing with Oahu and then up towards Raymond and South Bend. But the point is that this thing is slow to move in. So we're seeing rain out along the north coast. And it's cool out there. Shiloh and Seaside camera shows 42 degrees, a breezy northwest wind behind that front. Meanwhile, back here in Portland, we've got a southerly breeze, and it's 52, so quite a bit warmer here. Not warm, but pretty warm, I guess, for a March evening. Now, models tell us this thing will move onshore tonight, and we were expecting the rain for the morning commute tomorrow. So this is what you're going to see outside. Well, you're used to this. I think it'll be gray, drippy, very unlike the last few days where we've been waking up to sunshine, but mild temps. We're only going to drop down to around 40 or so. All right, coming up, we will talk about some snow coming up in the Cascades, and also it's not all wet in our 7-day forecast. We see some more dry weather.
Okay, we'll see in a bit. A Vancouver school had to be placed in lockdown this morning when police say an argument between neighbors turned violent. According to Clark County deputies, a man shot at his neighbor while the man was weeding his yard, and that prompted York Elementary School to go into lockdown. Fox 12's Drew Reeves is live in Vancouver tonight and spoke to parents who say this feud has them pretty concerned about their kids' safety. Drew?
Yeah, the two homes where these men live is actually very close to this school. Their backyards face this building, so this shooting was not far away at all. And we've learned tonight that this is actually not the first violent interaction between the two. As students were arriving to York Elementary School this morning, officials quickly put the campus on lockdown and buses were diverted away from the school.
I called and they said that the school was on lockdown and there was some crime in the area, but they didn't tell me over the phone what had happened.
Deputies were responding to the sound of gunfire just feet away from the school.
I heard, a gunshot, what I thought was. I know that sound. And about a few minutes later, sirens swarmed this whole neighborhood.
The Clark County Sheriff's Office says the gunshot came from Eugene O., who was shooting at his neighbor Bruce Fournier. They say Fournier was pulling weeds on his own property after the two were arguing, then O shot at Fournier. Deputies say the bullet went through Fournier's pant leg but didn't actually hit his body. Parents in the neighborhood are alarmed that these two men live so close to a school.
That's really concerning. I was really, really scared.
I was shocked, actually.
But this feud didn't come out of nowhere. In fact, deputies say something nearly identical to this happened almost exactly a year ago. Only they say that time, Fournier was the one who fired a gun at O. All of this happening in a busy neighborhood.
All the kids walk in through the neighborhood trying to get to school.
And while parents in the area were left wondering what exactly was happening this morning, some say they knew their children would be protected.
They handled it so well that was like not even a question that, that they were safe.
And when we stopped by both men's homes today, no one answered the door. The sheriff's office says that O is now charged with first-degree assault in this shooting. Live in Vancouver tonight, Drew Reeves, Fox 12 Oregon.